Joining us today to discuss Advanced Braking Technologies financial results for the first half of the fiscal year 2026. I am Andrew Booth, Managing Director and CEO, and I'm joined by Angela Godbeer, ABT's CFO, and we're pleased to share that the first half of this year has been a period of significant growth and achievement for ABT. I'm just going to go through, run you through the format of today. Today we're going to cover off just a business overview of ABT and the performance in 2026. We're going to cover off some of those highlights that we've seen year to date. I'm going to give you a bit of a deep dive on our technology innovation and the roadmap for ABT on that horizon view that we're providing the market to FY29, and then we're going to wrap up with FY26 priorities and outlook. And within that, Angela is going to provide a bit of a comprehensive overview of our financial performance. So in terms of ABT at a glance with FY26, we've had really strong revenue performance, and this has been driven by continuing strong demand for our SIBS fail-safe safety systems. With that, and we'll talk a bit about our revenue model, with that comes the commensurate trail revenue in very high margin recurring aftermarket results. And that really drives enhanced profitability, driving strong profitability through this sustained margin, gross margin performance, and really good, strong control of our operating expenses, delivering strong operating leverage results, which I believe is a strong indicator of enhancing our productivity across the business model. That is providing us with a really good balance sheet. We closed the period with a strong cash balance of $4.1 million. Record results across revenue, profitability, and balance sheet. FY26 is certainly been a standout year for us today. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of who we are. For those of you that are potentially new to ABT, ABT is without doubt a very strong, proven technology platform and brand that's synonymous with safety systems in mining, particularly in underground mining safety, where rugged conditions are really challenging for operators. ABT engineering really understand deeply what the needs are of our blue chip mining operators, and are innovating applications and ancillary products around this. ABT has a large addressable market. We have a technology offering that is, we believe, agnostic across critical minerals and hard rock precious metals found in underground. And increasingly, we are growing geographic diversification. This is being delivered through a sustained, methodical, continuing growth of our install base of brakes around the world. And what we're going to show you is that commensurate trail and revenue that makes up the other circa 50% of our revenue in really high margin aftermarket sales. We've got really strong customer relationships. ABT has a very strong tier one customer base of leading global blue chip mining companies, where safety and reliability is absolutely critical to their operating models. We ourselves have a very efficient business model. We are capital and people light. ABT is able to sustain really strong margin performance through this model, this capital light model. And we believe we can continue to grow that operational leverage performance, scalable growth on what is a relatively fixed base of operating costs. We've got a strong financial platform, as I said before. Our ability to deliver and sustain organic growth is now a well-proven result and fact. ABT for the past 4 years, 5 years at least, 4 to 5 years, has been sustainably growing our install base of SIBS solutions globally. That's through both direct engagement with these blue chip mine operators, as well as through the strategic partnerships that we have. And that's giving us a really strong market channel global network from which we will continue to grow. Long-term demand for minerals is without doubt a strong indicator of future growth. Gold prices are at record levels. Demand for copper is also very strong. Platinum and silver has also performed very strongly this year. Coal continues to provide an energy base of fuel for electricity around the world. And I'll show you some of those areas where we're really strategically focusing geographically on growth performance. So this is a good way to look at ABT's international footprint. So what I'm going to show you first is basically Oceania. This is our home market, made up of Australia, Papua New Guinea, and to a smaller extent, New Zealand. Our home market in Australia is strategically a very important one for us. This is where we get to really dominate at the coalface, at that mine operator level, where ABT has very strong relationships, technical relationships with our customer base. But Australia also provides us with that ability to engage at the corporate level, corporately engaging with companies such as BHP, Rio Tinto, Glencore, and then mining services operators Redpath, Byrnecut, Barminco, all make up a really strong foundational base of customers, of which we will then we continue to activate in offshore points. I'm going to talk a bit about Asia because it's a really important strategic region for us in FY26 and beyond. Asia starts in Southeast Asia with Indonesia, where in Grasberg at the Freeport operation, ABT is the fail-safe break of choice. Freeport's currently in a shutdown at the moment, but with copper prices where they are, it will be reopening in the new financial year, and we see really strong growth opportunities with our key partner there of Freeport at Grasberg. Another really successful gold copper operation in North Asia in Mongolia, Rio Tinto's Oyu Tolgoi mine. Again, ABT is the fail-safe brake provider at that mine. It's currently in expansion, and we've got a really strong partner in distribution partner in Mongolia that is well embedded in that Oyu Tolgoi operation at both mines there. I'm going to talk a little bit about North America because it's really cranking this year for us. Gold, copper, nickel, and precious metals are really cranking. There's a great deal of mine expansion happening in Canada at the moment, and we've got a really strong partner in Miller and Mobile Parts in that market. We see continuing growth in the Canadian market in F27 and 28. Europe, largely we've got mine spec providers and operators here that are solutioning for sub-Saharan Africa. So Europe is a really strong strategic hub for ABT, working with those providers to ensure that we're getting fail-safe brake and safety solutions into Africa. And then Africa itself, we've got the market of South Africa, again, a very large underground mining market for both platinum, silver, diamonds, and gold. And we see really good opportunities to continue our install base growth in South Africa, as well as important surrounding markets in that sub-Saharan region of West Africa and North. And then lastly is South America. So this is the region that we're currently looking at. We've got a sales team at the moment that are in Mexico exploring opportunities for fail-safe systems and safety technology in this market. But Chile is a region that we're already in, but has enormous growth potential for us, particularly with the launch of the Hilux fail-safe SIBS brake. An important vehicle platform for South America and some other developing regions such as Africa and Southeast Asia. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview of that international footprint for ABT and why it's a very strategic, disciplined growth roadmap on these strategic markets that we continue to focus on, both directly as well as through the really important strategic partners that we've got embedded in these markets. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a bit of a view of our current braking solutions for ABT. The first of our products here is our brake-safe driveline SIBS range of products. This essentially solutions for light, medium, and heavy vehicles, and I'll show you what those vehicles look like in the next slide. The brake-safe driveline product is a really important and optimal operating solution for operators. It mounts in the driveline of the vehicle, and it's a sealed, wet, spring-actuated system. I'll talk a bit about the philosophy of our fail-safe design in the next slide here. So that's then complemented by one of our largest products, the wheel end SIBS product, the brake-safe wheel end SIBS. It's an integrated park and service brake, and it's a sealed wet design. It's a SAR mechanism, which is a spring-actuated hydraulic release product. It's also got really important primary and secondary safety interlocks embedded in that design, designed for operators working in light vehicles like Land Cruisers and Hiluxes and Ford Rangers that are frequently stopping and alighting vehicles in really challenging operating environments, high-risk operating environments, steep gradients, poor visibility, and really wet, hot environments quite often. So what these primary and secondary interlock activations do is essentially they make for that they're designed around human behaviour. And so if you haven't hit the red button right in front of you on the dashboard to activate the fail-safe park brake, if you switch off the ignition, if you release the seatbelt, you open the driver's door, we've got secondary interlocks which basically will engage that brake and ensure that that vehicle does not have unintended movement on the mine site. So that's our core range of brake-safe driveline and wheel end SIBS products. We've also got, more recently, we've launched the Brake IQ automatic braking system. This is an automatic brake system designed for what is a seamless integration, plug and play to collision avoidance systems. I'll talk a bit about that technology over the next few slides. ABT basically has exclusive global rights to this product. It's been designed to what is a level 9 collision avoidance capability. And I'll talk about what that means shortly. BrakeIQ is compatible with over 30 Caterpillar wheel loaders and plus a small range of Komatsu equipment at the moment, but that's going to expand in F27. What's really exciting about this product is that it really represents future safety technology for ABT. It gives us mechatronics capability in terms of having proactive safety systems rather than historically having more reactive safety solutions. Collision avoidance is very much the future of autonomy moving forward. We see opportunities in collision avoidance technology, not only in mining, but in other parallel industries, such as civil infrastructure, defence, and indeed transport. Really exciting product for us. We're going to see really good performance out of this product, as well as other collision avoidance capable brake systems in FY27 and beyond. Our brake systems, as they currently stand, solution for a range of light vehicles, ancillary equipment, and trucks. So you can see here on the left-hand side of this chart, the Toyota Land Cruiser, workhorse of mining around the world, is definitely our most popular product. And then we've also just recently launched the Toyota Hilux, same brake wheel end design as the Land Cruiser. And we've got the Isuzu and Hino truck range in that wheel end portfolio of products. In the middle column, you've got the driveline range. This solution's for the Ford Ranger. We've launched the Oyotogo telehandlers at Rio's Mongolia operation. And then in that driveline range, we're solutioning for light, medium, and heavy trucks, OEM brands, which include Isuzu, Hino, Mack, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo. So there's a really strong and diversified range of vehicle types and OEMs that we're going to continue to grow in F27. You can see there in development is that heavy truck range, and we're seeing a growing demand for road vehicles in mine applications, particularly in regions such as Africa, where Volvo is a really popular brand vehicle. On the far right column, you've got collision avoidance systems for SIBs. This is something that we are developing for launch in FY27. As I said before, collision avoidance is a really key strategic technology pillar for ABT. On that roadmap to autonomous, we see collision avoidance as being a really key milestone that we want to be very much a part of. From FY27 and beyond, ABT will offer collision avoidance capable brakes, and I'll talk about how they operate in the next few slides. So that's our current offering, and we're seeing really good performance across that range of products as we increase our install base of brakes around the world. Just want to give you a bit of a view of our revenue profile. So currently, ABT is selling in 22 countries globally. In F26, our revenue domestically has contributed 55%, and we've got international revenue, export revenue contributing about 45%. Australia's performed really strongly in F26, and that's been mainly driven by deployments in the West Australian goldfields, at goldfields, Agnew, Granny Smith, and Greer mine sites. And we've also deployed at MMG's Dugald River operation in Queensland for the first time. So Australia's performed really strongly in the first half of FY26. However, international is also showing really good sustained growth, particularly in markets such as Canada. That North American region is really cranking at the moment, as I said before, Europe and North Asia. So we've got really strong recurring aftermarket revenue. This is a really key pillar of strength for investors that should take good confidence in ABT's revenue model. For every brake that we sell in year 0 or year 1, we then enjoy an aftermarket recurring revenue of spare parts and consumables at really strong margins for the life of that brake in operation. This spare parts and consumables revenue is made up of seals, brake pads, and our patented ABT SIBS solution, our fluids that our customers will use to maintain and the recommended operating guidelines and warranty for our brake systems. So as we grow our install base of brakes around the world, you will see a commensurate trailing revenue of spare parts and consumables growing in proportion to that install base. We have unique IP, so 70% of ABT's revenue is protected by patents and proprietary technology. This continues with global patents actively around the world, and we have direct sales to 10 out of the top 20 global mining companies globally. I would hazard that we are likely selling to the majority of those 20 indirectly through our strategic partners in markets such as Canada, South Africa, and in Europe. I'm going to now hand over to Angela Godbeer, our CFO, and Angela is going to take us through the financial performance for the first half in a little more granularity than what I have today. Thanks, Angela.
Thanks, Andrew, and welcome to everyone. It's great to have you join us today. The first half of FY26 really marks a step-up change period for ABT. For the 6 months ending the 31st of December 2025, the business delivered record revenue, materially high profitability, and a strengthened cash position. It's important to note that these results are not a one-off. They reflect sustained momentum built over several years, and that's driven by strong demand for ABT's SIBS fail-safe systems. So this half has delivered a record first half revenue results, and the key point to note that it's not just growth, it's quality growth. We've seen global expansion and sustained customer demand translate into a strong step up in performance. Our revenue grew by 27%, and that reflects a continued momentum in our SIBS and increasing contribution from our new brake range. Our spares and consumables, and also more importantly, it is being driven by demand and execution, not one-off factors. So it's results that we can build on. If you take the mix of revenue, both segments have contributed to our results. The new brake sales have increased meaningfully, and we can also see that spares and consumables have also grown, showing that we are not just selling only products, but we are strengthening our install base. And the recurring consumption of that supports our long-term resilience. What's really pleasing, however, is that profitability has lifted at the same time. We've delivered higher profitability with a net profit before tax of $740,000 and a net profit after tax of $540,000 for the half. That improvement really reflects the revenue growth, our tight cost management, and our disciplined operational delivery. So in other words, we're scaling while we're staying in control. On our margins, we maintained strength. Our gross profit margins remained stable at 48.7%, which is broadly in line with our prior periods. The stability is a strong signal. It indicates that our pricing, our product mix, and our operational execution are holding up, even as our volume expands. Exactly what you want to see when a business is growing. So if we turn to profits, so now turning that profit into cash is the next proof point, and we've delivered there too. We've achieved strong cash generation with cash and cash equivalents up at 4.1 million, and the outcome reflects a disciplined working capital management. It gives us great flexibility to keep investing while we remain financially conservative. It's also worth noting that the cash balance includes $600,000 worth of research and development tax incentives, which continues to support ongoing innovation within the organisation. And finally, the balance sheet remains strategic asset for ABT. We have a robust balance sheet with the capacity to support our growth strategy, both in scaling our products and offering a continued product development initiatives. It also gives us the ability to be able to pursue growth opportunities without compromising financial stability. So the headlines for this message, for this slide, is really simple. We delivered record revenue growth, we held our margins, we lifted profitability, we generated cash, and we maintained a balance sheet capable of funding the next phase of growth. When we look at our first half revenue of 11.1 million, it represents a 27% half on half growth compared to this time for FY25 half one. It follows a consistent growth trajectory with revenue increasing at a 4-year compounded annual growth rate of around 19%. What's notable is it's not just the growth rate, but the consistency. Revenue has increased every first half since FY22, and that's reflected a strong underlying demand, an increased adoption of ABT safety systems, and the scalable and repeatable revenue model. This performance confirms that the demand for spell-safe systems is translating into sustained commercial outcomes. So when we look across our operational performance in the first half, what stands out is disciplined execution against a very clear growth roadmap. We are deepening market penetration both domestically and internationally by building stronger customer relationships. We're expanding our install base with tier 1 miners and more vehicle applications. This positions ABT not just as a supplier, but as a long-term partner that's embedded in critical operations. At the same time, we are deploying innovation where it matters the most. The successful rollout of spell-safe in a demanding real-world environment and securing mandates at global significant mine sites demonstrates that our technology is trusted at the highest levels of industry. And then looking forward, our continued technology development ensures that we stay ahead of regulatory and safety trends. The key takeaway is this: ABT is not only growing, we are executing. We are converting market opportunities into deployments and deployments into scalable platform for sustained growth. The operational momentum underpins the financial performance that we've delivered this half and sets us up well for the periods ahead.
Thanks, Angela. It's going to talk about technology and safety, because it's a really exciting roadmap for ABT. not just in F27, but in years ahead. I'm going to talk a bit about collision avoidance. So collision avoidance is essentially a well and truly embedded technology in mining at the moment. However, it's currently at what we call level 7 and level 8. Level 7 and level 8 collision avoidance technology is all about warning the operator in the event of an emergency or an obstacle. Essentially, level 9, which is rapidly coming at us globally, particularly in markets like South Africa, where actually level 9 is a regulatory requirement. Level 9 essentially not just warns the driver, but will override the operator by braking the vehicle in an emergency. And naturally, as ABT is the preeminent brake safety solutions provider for mining globally, we want to have brakes that interoperate with this collision avoidance technology. And that starts with the launch of Brake IQ autonomous braking. Brake IQ is a product that we've got global exclusive rights to and branding rights to. It was developed here in Western Australia with a tier 1 mining operator, and it's been deployed across a number of operations in over 1,100 vehicles in Australia. So it's a well-proven product. Essentially, it's a very exciting one for ABT because it takes us to the surface as well as underground, and it also takes us into heavy yellow machinery operating in mine sites. Typically, or historically, ABT has solution for light vehicles and trucks, road vehicles that need to be safety solutioned for mining applications. Brake IQ really diversifies our vehicle applications in FY27 and beyond. In this graphic here, in this illustration, you can see an underground mine site with both a heavy vehicle and a light vehicle that are interacting in this mining operation. You can see that the heavy vehicle can't see around the corner, and nor can that light vehicle. However, this technology allows them to see around corners and in really challenging visibility environments. The Brake IQ solution for this front end loader in underground format, and our Brake Safe SIBS IQ product is something that we will be launching in FY27, and that will allow the Hilux in this picture to also automatically brake in an interoperable way with that same collision avoidance technology. It's agnostic to whatever collision avoidance technology is being used in the mine site, and there is a very broad range of technology providers in the market. We're not about that collision avoidance technology. ABT remains very true to brake safety solutions that plug and play and interoperate with that collision technology. So let's have a look at what the problem is and what we're trying to solve here. The challenge here and the current problem is that one of the highest fatality rates in all mining operations is created by vehicle interaction. 30 to 40% of mining deaths involve some sort of metal to metal contact with heavy and light vehicles operating in the same environment. What Cas9 and Brake IQ and SIBS IQ solutions will provide for is active intervention. It moves from passive alerts to actively braking the vehicle and potentially saving lives. These are vehicles where visibility is really, really challenging. I'll take you back to the picture here of where that driver sits in that heavy vehicle, in that white cab on the orange front end loader. He cannot see behind him. He cannot see to his right. It's a really challenging environment, and that bucket that's in front of him looks like it's about a kilometre ahead of him. That's how bad visibility is in these machines. They rely on this collision avoidance capability. The second one is the human limitation. So these vehicles are operating in highly repetitive 8-hour shifts on the mine site, fatigue, distraction, and essentially alarm fatigue is something where false positives alarming the driver where it's not necessarily an imminent threat. This creates a level of fatigue and distraction with operators. Autonomous safety will override that human where a collision is imminent. And then the third point here is the regulatory compliance. So we've got an increasing regime of safety regulation and compliance for this sort of technology, and we've seen it in the market of South Africa. So in FY26, all mining operators must demonstrate to the safety regulator a level of capability around autonomous collision avoidance safety across their operations. And then I guess the fourth point is around warranty concerns. I'll talk a bit about this in the next slide. However, Brake IQ is a really novel solution that doesn't modify the OEM's brake systems or hydraulic systems and doesn't void machine warranties. It's a really non-invasive application. It's a retrofit in-cab mechanical electric energized brake pedal, and it simulates the human manual braking, keeping all those warranties intact. So Brake IQ basically turns a heavy machine into a collision avoidance capable, safe, controlled stop. It's a mechanical actuation. It's a retrofit electric motor that depresses the brake pedal, simulating that human foot rather than cutting into complex hydraulic brake lines. And it plug and plays agnostic to any proximity detection or collision avoidance technology that mine operator might be using in that actual operation. And it's a really light and economic deployment. So it offers operators collision avoidance level 9 capability without the need to deploy massive amounts of CapEx in replacing machinery across operations. That's a really key element of Brake IQ's standout. We believe we've got a really unique offering here in this space. So just a bit of growth strategy outlook for ABT. Just some highlights here. We've got a really large global addressable market in mining. That is our core business as a METS dedicated original equipment manufacturer of brake systems. We believe mining provides ABT with a great deal of continued diversification geographically, as well as across different commodities, as well as across a widening range of vehicle applications. However, we're not ignoring other industries. ABT has been successful in defence recently, as well as we're focusing on civil underground tunnelling and in the future heavy transports and that really important utility space. And we believe this collision avoidance and autonomous technology innovation will absolutely make us more and more relevant in parallel industries outside of mining in years to come. We've got really positive long-term industry growth drivers. So we've got a growing demand for minerals and the need for underground operations. The fundamentals around underground mining growth is real. We've got an increasing safety regulatory regime, particularly in these high-risk environments in mining. And we're seeing that commensurate move to autonomous collision avoidance capable zero-entry mines in the future. ABT will absolutely be part of that, whether there's a driver in the vehicle or whether it's an autonomous vehicle. We want to have brake systems that's a solution for all types of fleets on the mine site. We've got an increasing investment, and we're seeing an increasing investment in defence and civil construction, particularly as global volatility continues. in that global landscape. ABT has a really efficient business model. We are a people and capital light model that we believe we will be able to continue to scale upon, and you're seeing that in the sustained operating leverage growth that we're delivering to the market every quarter. We're seeing continuing to deliver really disciplined cost control, and supply chain optimization is a key strategic pillar for ABT as we not only strengthen the foundations of this business for future scale, but we provide a deconcentrated, diversified supply chain of strategic partners that will deliver us really good economies of scale as we grow. That in turn is continuing to deliver strong return on assets and an increasing free cash flow performance. Just in terms of the outlook, this is not a new chart. We've repeatedly represented this in our annual report over the last 3 years. ABT has a growth strategy for FY29 to be a market capitalisation of over $100 million. Currently, we're sitting at the 50 mil mark, and that's been driven predominantly by our Horizon 1 strategies. This is all about, again, strengthening our foundations for future growth, driving that continued mining market penetration of install base of our brakes across our global customer base. We will continue to diversify our SIBS brakes applications across a broader range of vehicle types, and we're strengthening our business model foundations by supporting growth at scale particularly through a really strong operating model, investing in our people, and really driving a very strong pillar of supply chain strategy across our strategic partners. Again, we continue to invest in our most valuable asset, our people, with the introduction of performance frameworks that have been in play now for the last few years, which is really driving strong engagement, innovation, cross-pollination of our people across the divisions of ABT, and really driving good strong productivity results demonstrated in our operating leverage performance. Horizon 2 is well and truly in play now. This is really looking at FY26 and FY27. And here you can see that we're investing in that autonomous safety integration. The development of collision avoidance and interoperable brakes is a key pillar of innovation for us as a company. We are well aware of the compliance regime in ESG reporting requirements for our customers. We continue to look at strategic investment and acquisition opportunities, and we've got a very strong balance sheet that's debt-free and cash dominant, ready to well and truly ready to position us for good investment capability. And we've got good, strong growth upside, not just inorganically, but we are demonstrating continued sustained organic growth across the globe through this very valuable tier 1 global blue chip mining operator customer base. Horizon 3 is more about looking at FY28 and FY29. This is really looking at scale and diversification, commercial applications and expansion of products and vehicle applications for both off-road and on-road use. And this is looking at industries outside of mining and looking at that industry diversification in infrastructure, defence, utilities, and transport. And that really, I guess, scalable hub model, whereby in the future we may look at manufacturing at global proximity to where that market demand and specific customer locations are. Our innovation and strategic outlook, looking ahead, our focus remains on that 3 horizon growth strategy. We're particularly excited, as I said, about collision avoidance technology, Brake IQ, and in the F27 SIBS IQ launch, which is moving us towards this level 9 collision avoidance accreditation. As the industry shifts towards autonomous operation and stricter safety mandates, particularly in markets like South Africa, our technology and our brand footprint is uniquely positioned to provide life-saving braking interventions for our customers and their people and their assets. So for FY26, for the rest of this year, we will continue to focus on our blue chip tier 1 global mining customer base and the really strong, important strategic partners that we have around the world, particularly for that international growth. We will continue to invest well and truly over $1 million each year on research and development. And we've got a really strong focus on value engineering, supply chain diversification, and autonomous technology in that safety portfolio. Our SIBS product development will continue to support a broader vehicle application outside of the range of vehicles that we're currently providing for Land Cruisers, Hiluxes, Ford Rangers, light, medium, and heavy trucks. That will continue to expand in FY27 and beyond. And again, this supply chain expansion supporting that step-changing growth. We want to assure our investors and stakeholders that ABT at a $50 million market cap has the foundations to take us well and truly beyond the $100 million market cap. We need a strong operating model and supply chain to support that scale and growth, and that's what we're doing. I want to thank you all today for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. We are absolutely delighted to present to you these results. I think what we'll do now is just open up to some Q&A.
Thanks. So for those of you that haven't submitted or would like to submit any questions, there's an icon on the top of your screen that says Q&A. Click on that, you can submit some questions. I might kick off, Andrew, with a question I have. We've obviously got some global uncertainty we're experiencing at the moment. In your opinion, how do you think that's going to impact the remainder of FY26 for ABT and possibly FY27 as well?
Yeah, look, I think we'd be naive to deny that the current level of global activity and volatility is not impacting businesses in any part of the world or in any industry. I think, though, what our stakeholders should take good stead and confidence in is the fact that ABT has a really diversified geographic footprint. We've got good spread across commodity exposure in hard rock, underground, and increasingly surface mining operation and opportunities. And look, I think fundamentally we are a strong litmus to the gold price. Volatility creates a really good strong gold commodity pricing, and we're seeing this continue at really record levels. And look, that drives really strong investment appetite. That's what we're seeing in the market at the moment. Look, I know that fuel prices and operating expenses, operating cost to serve for our mining operator customers will impact. ABT, however, is not just a safety product. We are a really strong OPEX solution. We were able to demonstrate to our customers that by investing in our wheel end light vehicle brake systems, they get a positive return on their investment in that safety solution from having a superior operating product that saves in labour, saves in maintenance costs, and provides you with an optimal operating fleet, which is increasingly important, I think, as those fuel and input costs continue to grow.
Great, thank you. So we've received a question from Stanley. Andrew, great presentation. Following the expected level 9 accreditation for Brake IQ in the second half and launch in FY27, Could you please explain your key target markets, the target revenue, and the net profit margin profile you expect as the product scales?
Thanks, Stanley. So yeah, look, in terms of BrokeIQ, we see this as being an expansionary product for us because it doesn't cannibalize any of our existing brake solutions across the existing light vehicle, road vehicle market that we're solutioning for. It takes us into the very exciting space of yellow equipment, whether it's a front-end loader, whether it's a grader, whether it's a digger. BrokeIQ is a really novel solution that provides operators with a really compelling economic safety technology product. It will deliver. We don't necessarily divulge margins for good reason. However, we are confident that BrokeIQ will enhance our gross margin performance as it grows in FY27 and FY28. So I guess if you're looking at the gross margin that we deliver at the moment through new brake sales combined with aftermarket, you'll see BrokeIQ contribute to and potentially enhance that performance moving forward.
No further questions.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. It's certainly a pleasure to deliver these really good results, really exciting results, and we look forward to seeing you in the next few months as we continue to deliver strong performance and growth from the ABT team. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe, and thanks everyone for joining us.